Hello, hi friends, it's Keila here, your Peacemaker, and it is so good to see you. I have to say I was really bummed out that we didn't get to hang out in person last week or this week, but I'm really excited that we get to hang out in this way. So every week you're gonna get this video and we get to hang out just like we used to in your classroom. And just like what we used to do in your classroom, we're gonna do the same things, only now I get to have my friends and pets around. So that was Gilly. So Gilly says hi. Gilly, I'll say hi, Gilly. Hi, Gilly. Oh, bye, Gilly. He needs to go. Bye, Gilly. So just like we were in the classroom, we are going to regulate. So we're going to do breathing activities. We're also going to relate. So we're going to take out Peaceful Panther and we're going to share with each other. And we're still going to learn things about ourselves and we're still going to learn things about each other. And of course, as always, we are going to have a lot of fun when we reason and when we learn about new skills and new ways to approach problems. Now, as usual, let's all start by doing some mindfulness. So we're going to do a new breathing activity, and this is a special breathing activity because do you remember when we had the hats? And I had the pirate hat, arg, for hurtful self-talk. And I also had the coach hat, yay, for helpful self-talk. So our regulating activity and mindfulness activity today is going to be using some of our coach talk, yay, while we do some mindful movement. So I'm going to stand up and I'm going to move over so you can see all of me so that you can follow along at home. Hello friends, as you can see I am standing up and you can join me too and stand up at home. And we are going to do some mindful movement. But remember how we are going to use some of our coach talk in our head while we do this mindful movement. So for each of these activities, I'm going to do a pose and I'm going to say something out loud that I want you, when you do the pose, I want you to think in your brain and use your helpful self-talk and your coach talk in your brain. All right, but first, you can stand and kind of get the wiggles out, and let's just do a belly breath. So put one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and we're going to take a deep breath in. And for this pose, when you take a deep breath in, I want your coach talk to say, I am calm. Let's breathe in. I am calm. Breathe out. Right now, I want you to take one step forward and bend that knee. Put one hand forward, one hand behind you. And when we breathe in this time, I want you to think, I am brave. So breathe in. I am brave. Breathe out. All right, here's the next one. I want you to stand up with your feet shoulder width apart. Put your hands out so you kind of make a mountain. And this time I want you to think, I am strong when you breathe in. So let's breathe in. I am strong. Breathe out. The next one we're going to do, this is called the tree pose. It's a little difficult. Take your leg, put your knee on one, your foot on one leg, put your hand towards the center, and we're going to really focus for this one. And when we breathe in, we are going to say to ourselves, I'm focused. So let's breathe in. I am focused. Breathe out. Good job. All right, let's do those all from the beginning. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Breathe in. I am calm. Take one step forward. Bend that knee. One arm forward, one arm back. Breathe in. I am brave. Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Arms out. I am focused. Now we want to bring our foot in. Rest that on your leg. Hands together. Breathe in. I am focused. And finally, just stand resting and think to yourself, I am ready to learn. Good job. Welcome back, you guys. Now remember, will you remind me, what do we normally do after we do our breathing tool? That's right, it's Peaceful Panther time. All right, let's see if Peaceful Panther is ready from his nap. He took another nap this morning. Let's see. Here he is. Can everyone say, hello, Peaceful Panther? Hi, Peaceful Panther. Now, Peaceful Panther, as usual, has a lot of questions. And this weekend, he had a lot of questions for me about you guys. Peaceful Panther kind of came to me and he was talking about how much he missed all of his friends. And he was so bummed that he didn't get to hang out with you guys this week like he normally does. And he was explaining how he really wanted one thing to happen. He really wanted to hang out with you guys. But instead, he got stuck with just hanging out with me. And I said, you know, Peaceful Panther, that sounds like you're disappointed. And he said, what does disappointed mean? And I said, well, disappointment means when you're really excited for one thing, but then this other thing happens that you're not as excited for. And that's disappointed. And then the Peaceful Panther asked me, Keila, do you ever get disappointed? And I thought, Peaceful Panther, that is a great question to ask my kindergartners. So that's my question for you guys today, is what is something that makes you disappointed? And again, disappointment is any time that you're really excited for one thing, but then this other thing happens that you're not as excited for. Peaceful Panther, do you want to go first? Peaceful Panther, he gets disappointed when he doesn't get to hang out with you guys like we normally do in your classroom. And I'm Keila, and I get disappointed. Well, I get disappointed when I don't get to see you guys either. And I also get disappointed when I don't get to see my friends or my coworkers who I really like to hang out with. Now, I want you to think, what makes you disappointed? What's something that you get really excited for, and when it doesn't happen, you get kind of bummed out? I want you to think to yourself about that. And if there's someone there with you, you can share with them what makes you disappointed. And you can ask them, hey, what makes you disappointed? Now, we have another friend that's here. Gilbert. And he gets disappointed when he doesn't get to play all the time, or when he doesn't get to eat all of the snacks. Do you know? But sometimes what Gil does to handle his disappointment is he likes to take a lot of naps. And that's actually what we're going to talk about today, is how can we better handle our disappointment when we get really excited for something, but then something else happens. All right, so we're going to send Gilbert on his way. And it's also Silly Panther. It's also time for Peaceful Panther's nap time. Can we all say goodbye, Peaceful Panther? Bye. All right, so disappointment, that might be a new word for you, huh? It's kind of a long one too. It's kind of hard to say, disappointment. So disappointment is anytime you're really, really excited for one thing and something else happens. But there's a lot of things that we can do when we do feel disappointment that helps us to kind of handle that disappointment and feel more calmed down. So I have a few questions for you guys. And before I ask those questions, I have a special friend that I have with me today. Can we all say, hello, Puppet Bert? Hi, Puppet Bert. Here's Puppet Bert. Puppet Bert, how are you doing today? Hi, Keila. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Well, Bert, sounds like you're having a great day, aren't you? Yes, Keila, I'm having a great day. Gilbert, Bert, why don't you tell us why you're here and what you want to talk to us about? Well, Keila, I wanted to talk to you about disappointment. And the last time that I felt disappointment, I did a few things that helped me to calm down. And, well, I think that might help you sometime when you feel disappointed to help you calm down. All right, Gil. Let's hear what you have to say, Bert. My cat's name and Bert's name are so similar. I'm getting them messed up, aren't I? Oh, well. All right, Bertie, tell us what you have to say. Well, Keila, I like to think about disappointment in different ways. For example, I like to think of how it might feel, how disappointment might look, and also maybe some other feelings that have to do with disappointment. All right. So, how disappointment looks, how it feels, and maybe other feelings that are similar to disappointment. Interesting, Bert. Yeah. And I was thinking that I can tell you a story and then I can tell you how it felt, how it looked, and other feelings I had. Sounds good, Bert. Let's go. All right. I was really excited the other day to go hang out at my best friend's house, Betty. And I was all ready. I packed snacks for us. I got my bike outside and I cleaned it off and I was ready to go bike over to her house so we could hang out outside in the woods. Oh, that sounds like a great day, Bert. Yeah, it sounded pretty awesome, but it didn't work out because Betty wasn't feeling too well. And so I had to stay home and I had no one to hang out with and no one to eat snacks with. Oh, wow. How did that feel, Bert? That's our first question, right? What does it feel like? Oh, I felt really bummed out and sad, and I was also kind of worried for Betty. Wow, so you felt sad and you were kind of worried and bummed out. Yeah. How did you look? Will you show me how you looked when you were disappointed? Oh yeah, this is how I looked. Oh, Bert, you look pretty bummed out. You have your arms crossed and you're looking down. You don't look as excited as you normally do. No, I was pretty bummed. Bert, did you have other feelings when you were disappointed? Yeah, when I was disappointed, I also felt kind of mad. Like I was mad that Betty was sick and we didn't get to hang out, and it kind of ruined my day. And then I also kind of felt bad that I was blaming Betty for ruining my day. Oh, so sometimes we have other feelings when we have disappointment. That sounds pretty normal. I have the same feelings too, Bert. Yeah, I think disappointment is kind of common sometimes. I think so too. All right, Bert. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Can you guys all say goodbye, Bert? Bye, Bert. All right. So the next time that you feel disappointed, you can do a few different things to help you think, just like we did at the beginning, using that captain talk and that helpful self-talk, or to help you calm down. So something as simple as taking a belly breath can help you to calm down when you're disappointed. And then you can say some things to yourself to help you rethink and change that disappointment talk into helpful to self-talk. So you can say things like, oh, maybe next time I'll get to hang out with my friends. Maybe next time I'll get to hang out with my friends. Or maybe right now, if you're missing your friends and you're bummed you don't get to hang out with them like Bert, maybe you could say, maybe there's another way I can hang out with them. Maybe there's another way. Maybe I can call them. Sometimes we have to be creative when we're disappointed to solve those problems. Also, sometimes I know I get disappointed when I don't get a turn. And so if I don't get a turn, I can say to myself, maybe next time I'll get a turn. Or I can wait my turn. Or I'm excited forever who's going right now that they get their turn. I can be excited for someone else even if I'm disappointed, and that's okay. All right, my friends, it has been so much fun to hang out with you and to talk about disappointment. And I have to say, I'm still kind of disappointed I don't get to hang out with you in your classroom, but I'm still so excited that we get to hang out like this. Thanks for hanging out with Peaceful Panther, with Bert and the cat Gilbert, and myself. And I want to say I really miss you guys, and I can't wait to see you again. But let's close like we always do. Let's do peace, love, respect. Repeat after me. Show me your ready hands. Peace, love, respect for everybody, here, everywhere, and for me. Miss you guys. Bye-bye.